Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And today you may notice we're on a world map. That's because I'm going to be starting my own Wicso. I know you guys have seen me play Minecraft and stuff, and I know I have done some mapping things, but I actually do love mapping. So that is why today I'm going to be doing a mapping video. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the most important part of a Wicso is where do we start? And I've picked the perfect location. We're going to be starting over in Poland. So, to begin, we see that these Polish tribes and people start exploring around their region. And they reach all the way up to the Baltics before they decide to form they're going to form an actual country. And so, with that, we see the formation of Poland, which will be the first country. Process of making countries. So yeah, this is Poland. And so, they are the first country. And so, with that, they're going to immediately expand out a little bit, reaching up to the Baltics already. They are going to continue their exploration, eventually reaching Estonia and deep into Belarusian territory. They also push downward, but they're stopped over here by the Appalachian Mountains. Sorry if I'm doing that a lot. I think I have a cough, so yeah. But they're stopped over here by the Alps, and so because they are there's a lot of mountains, they're gonna go that way. And also they're gonna be building villages near here, so they've built tons of villages over here as well as over here, because this is where the main area is. So yeah, they're gonna continue exploring around. As they capture a lot of Denmark, or they don't capture, they explore a lot of Denmark and just a lot of land around the world, around Europe. Anyways, we see them pushing up and capturing this Estonian land that they recently discovered. And because these people, they like the cold. They're kind of like the yellow team from 80s Pro's actual Wicso. And so they go up here because, they like the cold. This place is cool. And so they're going to begin actually building a lot of villages here along the coastline. They build a couple villages around the lake. Also, I will be keeping track of time on my notes app on my phone. So, obviously, we're going to start in the year 1 because, well, when else will we start? And so, yeah. And then each episode, I will, let you know. Jesus. Each episode, I'll let you know what year it is. Yeah. Pretty simple. Anyways, sorry. So, the Polish, they're having some instability because obviously they're expanding a lot, and they're also expanding over here and making this their big area. So, and the people aren't really happy about that. So we are going to be seeing something interesting happen because a group of I guess, rebels, they begin journeying this way. They keep going this way, and they keep going until they are going to reach the French border. But right about here, a lot of the people, they're saying, let's go back, we're not going to find anything, we're not going to find the water, yada, yada, yada. Oh, what do you know, we found water. Anyway, so they're going to explore a little bit around here, and they're going to establish a city. So, also, I will name capital cities, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so their capital city is going to be Warsaw. I'm just going to say they put Warsaw here. And right here is going to be Nantes. I think that this is the city that's here. I'm not too good with city location, so I'm just going to say that's where the city is. So yeah, but the French gain independence and they become an oligarch, kind of like the Poles. So they're kind of just going right back to what they didn't like. But we'll ignore that, and they go right back to expanding. So yeah. Anyways. So they're gonna expand along their already discovered lands that they kind of mapped out. Also, I don't even think paper exists yet. Never mind, they didn't map it out. Also, I just realized that they crossed. Okay, so they didn't cross the Andes yet. They can't get there, but they are going to continue exploration around. As they're doing that, they're also building cities, to stay alive. And then we're going to be looking over to Poland again, because these areas, they think, hey, we're getting so many cities, we're getting so popular, we could probably become a country of our own. And so, in what would be Riga, we see Latvia form. And these guys are actually going to be a aristocracy, I think is what it's called. I know it's something with era, but is it, yeah, aristocracy. Yeah, okay, so, in this aristocracy, Latvia is gonna become a country. Yay, Latvia! But, no, they're not gonna get away with this easily. No. As they are gonna begin fighting against the Poles. They capture this island as well as these major villages, while the Polish, they're trying to take their land back. Eventually, it ends up looking something like this, and so Poland kind of just like, okay, fine, whatever happens, independence, I really don't care. So, yeah, we now have 3 countries on the world map now. Very interesting. Anyways, the Poles are going to go right back to doing what led them to losing the 2 countries that they have lost as they reach over here. They explore this land. They don't meet the French yet, but they almost do. We also see them reaching down here and getting fully stopped by the Alps this time. Yeah, they're fully trapped now. They can't get past these things. Anyways, France is gonna move over here in order to gain more land for farming or something like that. They're also gonna build some major villages. So, by the way, I just want to let you know, almost 200 years have passed. This isn't happening within, a year or, a decade. No, almost 200 years have passed. So, it's very, very interesting. Anyways, yeah, the Poles are just going to continue building tons and tons and tons and tons of cities. Also, by the way, these aren't cities, they're villages, but they're major villages, big villages. Yeah, the Poles are good at building villages. Anyways, Latvia's kind of realizing maybe they shouldn't have broken away, because since they did, they've built 1 city. So they are kind of losing resources fast. It is not good for them. They've cut down most of the wood, so because of that, Latvia, they're gonna go this way because they believe that there's wood this way. And as they're going this way, they run into something interesting. Very, very interesting thing they run into. If you want to know what they run into, let me just show you. Let me show you what they run into. That's right. They run into the country of Ukraine, who is not, they're not very friendly. So they are going to chase back these Latvian people all the way back to Latvia. And these scouts are just insane and are going to start attacking the Latvians as they begin capturing them. Latvia does have their army, I won't say army, but they have their knights and swordsmen and people here to fight them. So yeah, they basically have that. So, yeah, the war will end. Yes. So, yeah, the war will end between them, but yeah. So, yeah. it is definitely chaotic. So, yeah. The world is definitely, yeah. Hold on. La la. This is difficult. Let me read through some things. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, the world is very chaotic right now, and so France is actually going to meet up with the Poles. They capture a lot of land, and they meet them. So Poland's like, excuse me, really, they're just in shock that there was a country that they didn't know about. Anyways, so yeah, the Poles are going to continue expanding, but yeah, it's not going to look good for them, and we are actually going to see one more event take place, and it's going to be the formation of Germany. So Germany is going to just break away, and honestly, Poland can't do much about it, so they're just going to let it happen. They know they can't do anything, so Germany's going to break away, and they're just going to take all this land here. So, yeah. So, yeah, there's not much they can really do. They're just going to lose Germany, but at least they're doing okay now, so. And they decide they're going to stop expanding for a bit, so that way they don't lose more land. And that's actually going to be it for today's video. I know it was really short, but it is only the first episode. There will be more to come. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next episode. See ya!